Good evening to everyone and welcome to today's session. Harsha, Vibha, Padmanabha, Surekha, and many more who are all online. Let us continue our discussion in anatomy. We had been endeavoring with the anatomy. We finished almost 200 MCQs, and there are totally 580 MCQs spread across 40 topics, which are the most frequently asked topics in the last 15 years of the All India MDS entrance question bank, which is also the high yield zone for our NEET PG medical entrance also. So, can you please punch whether I'm audible? Am I loud and clear? Can you please punch? Yes. Let's make the great beginning. Branchial arch derivatives. Whether you go for foreign medical graduate exam or NEET MDS or NEET PG, this is the favorite topic of the examiner. Good. So, Meckel's cartilage. From where to where does the Meckel's cartilage extend? It extends from the otic capsule. That's what you need to remember. So, Meckel's cartilage typically forms at the 6th week of development. It is a hyaline cartilage. It is made up of hyaline cartilage. One of the favorite questions of the examiner. You can see this is the incus, malleus and stapes. Incus, malleus and stapes. This is the Meckel's cartilage which is extending. And this is the hyoid bone. So you can see the various branchial arches. And each arch has a characteristic cartilage. That is the favorite question of the examiner. Now, 3 to 4 points about Meckel's cartilage that you need to get clear with. It is the first branchial arch derivative. Develops between 41 to 45 days of intrauterine life. It extends from the cartilaginous otic capsule to the midline. Otic capsule to midline, from the ear to midline, it typically extends. So when the mandible is growing, it requires a template on which it has to grow. So the whole purpose of the Meckel's cartilage is to provide the template for the growth of the mandible is what you have to emphatically remember. Now, sphenomandibular ligament, from where is it derived from? Which arch is the examiner's question. It is typically derived from the first arch. So you need to know that the first pharyngeal arch is also called mandibular arch, is what you should remember. So what does first arch give rise to? It gives rise to mandibular process and maxillary process. And all the structures which develop from the Meckel's cartilage, basically Meckel's cartilage is the cartilage of the first branchial arch, is what you need to remember. Similarly, incus, malleus. These two are basically the middle ear bones which are derived from the first arch. That's what you should remember. Then, now we come to the examiner's question. Sphenomandibular ligament. Sphenomandibular ligament. Sphenoid process of the maxillary bone to the mandible. The connecting ligament is sphenomandibular ligament and anterior ligament of malleus. They're also derived from the first pharyngeal arch, is what you have to basically remember. So let us quickly summarize what are the derivatives of the first pharyngeal arch. It is also called mandibular arch, you should not forget, and maxilla, zygomatic bone, squamous part of temporal bone. They all are derived from the maxillary process. जरा slowly पढ़ना है ध्यान से पढ़ना है, दिल लगा के पढ़ना है, याद रखना है. So this is most important thing which is frequently asked in the NEET PG exam. So maxilla, zygomatic bone, squamous part of temporal bone, they're all derived from the maxillary process. Then what are the derivatives of the mandibular process? Malleus, incus, anterior ligament of the malleus, sphenomandibular ligament, they're all the derivatives of the mandibular process. You will not forget, right? So you should have the 200 pages notebook and you need to clearly remember. Now, what are the muscular derivatives of the first pharyngeal arch? The muscles of the mastication, tensor palatii, tensor tympani, mylohyoid, and anterior belly of digastric. Posterior belly of digastric is from the second branchial arch, whereas anterior belly is from the first branchial arch. Then mylohyoid muscle, tensor tympani, tensor veli palatini, and the muscles of the mastication. They're all the muscular derivatives is what you need to remember. Then what is the artery of the first pharyngeal arch, doctor? Maxillary artery. And mandibular nerve is the nerve of the first pharyngeal arch is what you should basically remember. Now what are all the muscles that come from the first arch? Excel. Now you please punch the answer, doctor. Now you know the answer. I'm looking forward for you to punch the answer. So question number 179. Being in a live online class is like in a physical face-to-face class. वहाँ भी questions होता है, यहाँ भी questions होगा. Very good to see Lawrence, our only face-to-face class student in Hyderabad. Right, very good. I hope Lawrence is enjoying even this new format where the students and the teacher, both of us, we work on a common PPT slide and have a discussion, right? In a more personal manner, right? Very good. Bipin Preet rightly says, it is not the posterior belly of the digastric, which is the second arch. That's what you should remember. Now, posterior belly of the digastric is derived from the second branchial arch. अच्छा, अभी हम ध्यान से पढ़ेंगे, फर्स्ट एंड लास्ट टाइम पढ़ेंगे. वन टाइम पढ़े तो जाके दिमाग में बैठ जाना, राइट? वी नीड नॉट रीड सेकेंड टाइम. उतना एम्फेटिकली वी शुड रीड. यू टेक नीट MDS एंट्रेंस और नीट PG एंट्रेंस हो या DNB अभी तो नहीं है, FMG हो, कोई भी एग्जाम हो, there is no rocket science about them. There are 30,000 questions to solve, 950 topics to master, and at least 5,000 to 10,000 list of things that you need to mug, and 10 to 15,000 things logically remember. Then no one will stop you to be in the super 1,000 topper list. So that is our goal, right, doc? Now, second arch को कहते हैं hyoid arch. So there is a Richards cartilage from which stapes. Malleus incus are from first arch, right? Now comes the stapes. Stapes, very good. Good to see Padmanabha. Then styloid process, stylohyoid ligament, lesser cornu of the hyoid bone, and upper part of the body of the hyoid bone. They are the ones which are derived from the second arch. You should clearly remember. Lesser horn, greater horn. Two horn hai hyoid ko. Upper part of the body of the hyoid hai, lower part of the body of the hyoid hai. Usme, which part is coming from the second arch, doctor? Upper part of the body of the hyoid, lesser horn of the hyoid bone, and yes for second arch, yes for stylohyoid ligament, Yes for second arch. Yes for styloid process. Yes for second arch. Yes for stapes. So a theme, yes, 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 you should clearly remember. Now, the muscles of the scalp and face, platysma, yes for stylohyoid muscle, yes for stapedius muscle, and the posterior belly of the digastrium. They are also the derivatives of the second arch is what you need to remember. Then what is the artery? Stapedial artery, which is from the carotico-tympanic branch of the internal carotid artery, is a blood supply of the second arch. And facial nerve, that is the seventh nerve. Yes, for one more, yes, क्या है वो? Seventh nerve is the nerve of the second arch.